somewhere in South Asia. In a van, Madia gets a voice message from her husband Naveen, in which he tells her to come back home. But Madia, who is a reporter, is investigating a kidnapping case involving children. She messages Naveen back, saying, "Do you remember, a few days ago a child was selling flowers to both of us? That child has been missing for a week, and I'm going to go look for him." Madia arrives at a deserted building and looks inside through a hole, where she sees a man trying to do something bad to the child. Without wasting any time, Madia attacks the man and grabs the child, and starts running. A security guard spots Madia and sends men after her. Madia is also a karate fighter, so she puts up a great fight against all of them, and after a short but dangerous fight, she defeats them all. Meanwhile, the child is running ahead to save his life, but a man named Kong appears in front of him and shoots an arrow at him. Just then, a man named Kim arrives and tells Madia, "You're responsible for this child's death." He tells Kong, "Bring this girl to me, I want to know how she got in here." After this, we see Wang Wei, who is fixing his kung fu statue. He goes into his daughter Rainey's room and wakes her up. Rainey asks, "Can I come to work with you?" Wang nods yes, since Wang is mute. Wang's wife has passed away, and now he lives alone with his daughter Rainey. At work, Rainey records a video showing everyone how hard her dad is working. She scolds him for not wearing shoes and helps him hand out supplies. After finishing work, the two of them head home. 2 days later, Rainey was supposed to go to China. Rainey asks Wang, "Can I stay here with you instead of going to China?" Wang says no. At night, Wang watches on TV that Madia, who was working on the kidnapping case, is missing. On the other hand, we see Naveen, who meets a man named Lo. Naveen tells him, "I'm throwing a party, and I need 30 children. Hearing this, Lo is surprised, because 30 children is a lot. Naveen gives Lo money and tells him to set up a meeting with his boss. After this, Naveen goes to Madia's van and starts listening to the recording of his own conversation with Lo, looking for a clue. He picks up a ring that's lying there, which Madia had given him, and puts it on. The next day, Wang takes Rainey to the barber. Wang tells Rainey to get her hair cut short so it will be easier for her to learn kung fu. Rainey says, "I won't do that, because my classmates already tease me and call me a tomboy." Wang says, "You need to learn kung fu, because I won't always be here to protect you." Hearing this, Rainey gets very upset and walks out of the shop. Wang starts to go after her, but the hairdresser stops him and sends her assistant after Rainey instead. On the way, Rainey runs into an injured boy who tells her his sister has had an accident, and asks Rainey for help. Without thinking, Rainey follows him, and suddenly Lo and Fatty kidnap Rainey and throw her into a truck. Lo scolds the boy for only managing to bring in one girl. Meanwhile, the woman goes back and tells Wang that Rainey couldn't be found. Hearing this, Wang goes outside and starts looking for Rainey. Just then, he sees Lo putting the boy into a truck. Sensing the danger, Wang runs quickly, jumps onto the truck, and slams on the brakes. He smashes the driver's head against the dashboard and throws the keys away. Fatty attacks Wang and knocks him down. Wang gets up and tries to climb into the truck, but Fatty knocks him down again. Wang gets up and starts fighting him. Just then, Lo arrives, and the two of them grab Wang and drag him inside a building. Wang breaks free and starts fighting both of them. After a short fight, Wang crushes Fatty's groin, and he falls down. Then Lo picks up an iron rod and starts hitting Wang on the head. Wang picks up a cylinder and hits Lo on the head with it. Wang goes to the truck and starts looking for Rainey. Meanwhile, the truck driver tries to hotwire the truck, since Wang had thrown away the keys. Wang finds Rainey, but just then Lo starts pulling Wang by the leg. Wang kicks him and knocks him down, but the next moment, Fatty shows up with a big hammer and attacks Wang. Fatty shoves Wang and knocks him off the truck, and at that same moment the driver starts driving off. Lo quickly jumps into the truck. Wang gets up and starts running after it. Along the way, his foot lands on broken glass, but he still doesn't stop. Seeing this, Fatty hangs Rainey upside down. Wang still doesn't stop, but then a car hits him. When Wang gets up, the truck is already gone. Wang goes straight to the police station and writes down for the officer that his daughter has been kidnapped. The officer says, "Sir, if you want to file a report, go over there." Wang angrily punches the table. Seeing this, a lady officer comes over. The officer tells her the man's daughter has been kidnapped. The lady officer tells Wang to come with her, but just then the captain arrives. The lady officer tells him, he's written that his daughter has been kidnapped. The captain says, "This doesn't look like a real report to me." He tells Wang, "First you'll need to fill out the paperwork, then we'll start working on it." Wang's eyes fall on a board covered with photos of missing children. He realizes these useless officers won't do anything. He goes home and puts ice on his wounds. Just then, he remembers a symbol he saw on a piece of paper in the truck. Wang quickly gets ready, grabs a hammer, and heads out. The lady officer runs a background check on Wang but finds nothing, to which another officer says maybe he's a fugitive. Before long, Wang reaches the club where that symbol is painted. A fighting match is going on inside. At this same club, Lo is trying to introduce Naveen to his boss. Fatty pats Naveen down, then takes him to meet his boss, Song. Song says, "So you need 30 children for your party?" Naveen says yes. Meanwhile, Wang finds Lo, beats him, and starts asking about Rainey. Just then, more men attack Wang. He defeats them with ease and goes back to kicking Lo, asking about Rainey again. Lo smashes a bottle on Wang's head and jumps down. He grabs a mic and shouts that Wang has a gun. Hearing this, chaos breaks out in the club. Lo announces that whoever kills Wang will get a reward. A man goes to Song and tells him there's a man downstairs with a gun. Hearing this, Song assumes Naveen is a cop and orders his men to kill him, then leaves. Now Naveen starts fighting all of them. Meanwhile, Wang chases after Lo and ends up in the ring, where two boxers show up. Lo gets up and runs outside. The boxers can't lay a hand on Wang, so he starts beating them too. Just then, a man climbs into the ring and jumps at Wang. Wang smashes the bottle out of the man's hand and finishes him off with a blow to the chest, then easily takes down both boxers too. But the next moment, more men show up. Wang fights them off as well and finishes them all, then jumps out of the ring and goes after Lo. Meanwhile, Naveen kills everyone inside the room and runs outside. A man attacks Wang, and Lo, seeing his chance, starts running. As he runs, Lo bumps into Naveen, who throws him down. Wang sees this and looks up at Naveen. Naveen runs into the security room and starts transferring data onto a USB drive. Just then, Wang grabs him by the neck and pulls him down. Now the two of them start fighting each other. They're both excellent fighters, so neither one can get the better of the other. Wang takes off his jacket to fight and throws it down. Naveen's eyes fall on a photo of Rainey that falls out of the jacket. Naveen picks it up and tells Wang, "I'm not with these people, I'm looking for someone too, just like you." Just then, they hear more men coming, so the two of them leave, and Naveen takes Wang to his van. Naveen says, "Say something now, are you mute or what?" Wang nods yes. Naveen plays a video of Fatty that he had recorded. Wang points toward him. Naveen explains that Song took him in as a child, and he's extremely loyal to Song. Naveen takes Wang to the back of the van and shows him Madia's research. He says, "My wife Madia was working on this kidnapping case, and then one day she just disappeared." Just then, Wang's eyes fall on some photos. He takes them down, and Naveen notices the same truck appears in all of them. Naveen plays a video and sees that it's an ice delivery truck. Naveen says, its insulation is so good that even the children's voices can't be heard from outside. He adds, "I know where the factory for these trucks is." On the other hand, Song punishes Lo, since it was Lo who introduced Naveen to him. Song calls Lo's son over and kills Lo, his father, right in front of him, then locks the boy up in the basement too. There, Rainey asks the boy, "Why did you do that?" "I was trying to help you." The boy says, "You shouldn't have tried to help." Rainey starts hitting him. Hearing the noise, a man comes and pulls them apart. Rainey tries to run, which causes her t-shirt to come off. Fatty kicks her and knocks her out, and the man throws her t-shirt back to her. By morning, they reach the factory. As soon as they arrive, Wang gets out of the van and fights his way inside, killing everyone in his path. Naveen sneaks in from another side and finds a room where children are being kept frozen. Just then, Fatty attacks him. Meanwhile, Wang finishes off all the men and heads inside. Song spots him and starts shooting at him. Wang runs and reaches the room where Fatty and Naveen are fighting. Song arrives there too, with a gun. Wang quickly hides behind a block of ice. Song sees Naveen and starts shooting at him. Naveen quickly hides too and tells Wang to distract him. Naveen runs to the other side, and Song starts shooting at him. Meanwhile, Wang jumps onto a chain. Song shoots at him, and Wang tries to dodge the bullets. Just then, Naveen drops a large object onto Song and knocks him out. The next moment, Fatty comes out carrying a hammer and attacks Naveen. Wang steps in, and the two of them fight Fatty together. Wang kicks Fatty and knocks him down, but it doesn't affect him at all. He gets right back up and starts fighting both of them. Fatty picks Wang up and throws him down into the basement, then goes back to fighting Naveen. In the basement, Wang finds Rainey's t-shirt, stained with blood. Seeing this, Wang falls apart, thinking Rainey is dead. Fatty grabs the hammer back from Naveen and hits him in the back, badly wounding him. Fatty moves in to finish Naveen off, but Wang arrives just in time. He hits Fatty, takes the hammer from him, and strikes him on the head again and again, until Fatty finally collapses, unconscious. Wang goes over to him in a rage and starts punching him. Naveen steps in and stops him, saying, "We're very close now. Your daughter might still be alive, and if you kill him, we'll never be able to find her." After this, we see Kim, who is with his wife Jenny, who is pregnant. Just then, Kim gets a call from the captain, telling him that the mute Chinese man attacked his father-in-law's factory, killed a lot of men, and took Song away. After this, Kim goes to see his father-in-law, who is with the rest of the investors. Kim tells them there's nothing to worry about, that the children had already been moved out beforehand. One investor stands up angrily and, pointing a finger at Kim, calls him a reckless fool. On the other hand, Wang and Naveen torture Song with electric shocks and bring him back to consciousness. Naveen tells Song, "I know everything about you, and if you don't tell us anything about Wang's daughter, I'll reveal everything about you, and then you won't survive. Song says, what are you, some kind of reporter? Last time a girl reporter came around, things went very badly for her. Naveen says, what are you talking about? He shows Song a photo of Madia and asks, was it her? Song doesn't say anything. Angrily, Naveen gives him another shock, which makes Song wet his pants. Naveen asks about Madia again. Song says, I heard about her from a man at the snake pit. Naveen asks, now what is this snake pit? The snake pit was actually a building right in the middle of the city, where kidnapped children were kept. Before long, the two of them reached the building. As Song is leaving the city, an arrow shot by Kong hits him in the leg. Kim comes over and asks him about Wang. Meanwhile, at the snake pit building, Rainey is trying to get out. The boy comes over to her and says, there's no point, I've already tried. Rainey asks, don't you want to go home? The boy says, I don't have a home. They killed my family right in front of me. Hearing this, Rainey says, when we get out of here, you can stay with us. The boy calls Rainey crazy. Just then, Rainey's eyes fall on an old walkie-talkie lying nearby. Using a metal skewer, she pries a piece off it and starts cutting through the railing with it. But just then a man arrives. As soon as he gets close to her, Rainey strikes him in the eye and breaks out of there with all the children. A little further ahead, thugs catch up with the children, but Rainey starts running quickly. Naveen and Wang also hear the children's voices. Before going in, Naveen goes live on Instagram and tells everyone that children are being smuggled inside the snake pit building, asking people for help. Naveen's video goes viral, and it even reaches the police. Some men surround Rainey, but just then Wang and Naveen arrive. Both of them kill all the men, and Wang hugs Rainey close. Rainey tells him there are more children upstairs and asks him to save them. Naveen tells Rainey, don't worry, I'll save them, and tells Wang to take Rainey away. Meanwhile, the police and the media arrive outside the building. The lady officer starts to go inside, but the captain stops her. Just then, more thugs show up, and seeing them, the captain tells everyone to let them through. Seeing this, the lady officer realizes the captain has been bought off too. Wang sees these men going into the building and realizes Naveen won't be able to fight all of them alone. Rainey takes Wang's hand and nods. Wang grabs a bike and heads toward the building. Inside, Naveen is running with the children, with a large group of thugs chasing him. Naveen takes the children into a room and tries to block the door. Just then, Wang arrives on the bike and starts running down everyone in his path. Rainey also starts hitting men with a metal rod. Naveen comes out of the room, and the three of them fight the thugs together, finishing them all off in no time. Rainey says there are more children locked up in another room. She goes there with Naveen and frees them all. The boy asks her, you had left, why did you come back? Rainey says, I don't leave my friends behind. After this, they all start heading toward the upper floor. Just then, more men show up. Naveen and Wang try to hold them off, while Rainey takes all the children up to the top floor. The boy tells everyone to tie the curtains together. The children make a rope out of the curtains, and Rainey starts lowering everyone down, one by one. The reporters and the police see this happening. Seeing it, the lady officer takes her team and heads into the building. The captain tries to stop her, but she doesn't listen to him. Meanwhile, Naveen and Wang are fighting the thugs with everything they have. Once all the children are down, Rainey tells the boy to go next. The boy tells her to go first. Rainey starts climbing down the rope, but it breaks, and she starts falling. But some men catch her using a piece of cloth. Meanwhile, a thug comes up to the boy from the other side and picks him up to throw him down, but the lady officer shoots him just in time, saving the boy's life. The police make their way inside the building too and arrest all the thugs who had been fighting Wang and Naveen, rescuing everyone. Naveen asks the lady officer, did you find this girl inside the building? She says no. Kim also watches all of this on the news. When Kim gets home, his wife tells him that her father and his investors are waiting for him. Kim goes there, and his father-in-law scolds him for his carelessness. Kim says, as long as I kept making money, everything was fine, and now that things have gone wrong, suddenly I'm the one in the wrong. One investor stands up and calls Kim trouble. The next moment, Kim bites off the man's finger. He picks up a bottle lying there and kills all the investors and the police captain in the room. His father-in-law picks up a katana to fight him, but Kim kills him easily too. Just then, more guards arrive, and Kim angrily kills them as well. In the middle of it, he accidentally kills his own wife. Her death makes Kim furious. Fatty regains consciousness and comes outside to find that Song is dead. At the police station, the lady officer tells Wang, I'll testify that you did all of this in self-defense, but you'll still have to stay in a cell until morning, and until then, we'll look after your daughter. Wang goes into the cell. Naveen tells him, I wanted to leave this country with Madia and go somewhere safe, but Madia was obsessed with finding these children. By the time I realized how close she'd gotten, she had already disappeared. Kim comes to the police station for revenge and sends Kong in first. Suddenly the station's lights go out. An officer goes downstairs to check, and just then Kong grabs him and slashes his chest open with a sword. After this, Kong starts killing the officers one by one. The lady officer hears gunshots. She tells Rainey to stay quiet and goes to check. Wong and Naveen also hear the sound of fighting and start trying to grab the cell keys. The lady officer goes outside and gets Kong at gunpoint. She tells him to lower his weapon. But just then an arrow, shot by Kim, hits her straight in the neck. Kim and Kong go down to the cell, but there's no one there. Wong and Naveen have already gotten out and are on their way with the children. But then Kim and Kong surround them. Kong aims his arrow at Wong, but just then an officer grabs hold of his leg. Kong shoots an arrow at him, but the officer still won't let go, so Kong ends up cutting off the officer's hand. Rainey starts running with the boy. Kong shoots an arrow into Rainey's leg. The boy carries Rainey away and pulls the arrow out. Now Naveen fights Kim, and Wong fights Kong. Kim shoves Naveen aside and attacks Wong, going at him with a knife, but Naveen shoves Kong aside and saves Wong. Now everyone squares up to fight, and just then Fatty also arrives and starts fighting Kim, since it was Kim who killed Song. The scene turns completely chaotic, with everyone fighting each other like madmen. Fatty shoves Naveen and Kong down and starts fighting Wong and Kim himself. Kong attacks Naveen and knocks him down. Naveen sprays pepper spray that's lying nearby into Kang's eyes and picks up an iron rod to attack him. Naveen grabs hold of Kong and starts hitting him. Kong shoves Naveen away. Naveen ends up holding Kang's bracelet in his hand, and in front of him, Madia's ring falls to the ground. Kong comes over to him and says, "Oh, the reporter, her eyes were beautiful, and I killed her very slowly." Hearing this, Naveen becomes furious and starts attacking Kong. Kong stabs Naveen in the back with a knife. Naveen pushes the knife and further slashes Kang's throat, and the two of them die there together. Wong sees this and runs over to Naveen. Meanwhile, Kim stabs Fatty and knocks him down, then gouges out his eye and kills him. Kim gets up and starts heading toward Rainey. Wong sees this and chases after him. Rainey is hiding under a table. Kim grabs her by the hair and pulls her out. Wong runs at him, and the two of them fall off the building together. Both get back up and start fighting again. Kim picks up a chain lying there and starts choking Wong with it. Wong wrestles the chain away from Kim, wraps it around his neck, throws him down, and starts punching him furiously in the face. Rainey comes over and tries to calm Wong down, but just then Kim gets up again and starts attacking Wang's head. Seeing this, the boy gathers his courage and shoves Kim down. Rainey gets up and tries to bring Wong back to his senses. Just then, Kim gets up again. Now Rainey and the boy hold each other's hands and stand up to face him. Something snaps in Kim's mind. He tells them both goodbye and starts to walk away, but after only a few steps, he collapses and dies. A month later, Wong has fully recovered, and the lady officer has also survived. Wong scatters Naveen's ashes into the sea. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel.